Hello everyone, this is Hassan Khan along with Shayan Asad. The topic we are going to present today is linear congruential method and other techniques for generating random numbers. So starting with linear congruential method, this linear congruential method is the most popular algorithm for random number generation in the field of computer simulation. As defined over here that the formula given is xn is equals to axn minus 1 plus c mod n. Uh, the algorithm generates the point that the pseudo random generators are deterministic. Now deterministic over here means that it periodically generates random numbers. So the entropy for this generator is initially at x naught, and other values like a, c, m, which are also derived in the formula, remain constant. So let's have a further demonstration of this topic along with its formula. So over here a means the multiplier, c the increment, and m is the modulus. So let's assume that m is greater than 0 and a is less than m, c is less than m, and x naught is less than m, which is the entropy for x naught over here is the entropy, which is initially x naught. The selection of the values for a, c, m, and x naught drastically affects the statistical properties and the cycle length. The random integers x I are being generated in 0 to 0 comma m minus 1. Now after generating random integers like x naught, x1, x2, x3, and further on, so we have to calculate the random numbers to convert integers into random numbers. We got a formula over here that is ri is equals to xi upon m, and the values of I over here are x1, x2, x3 depending upon the iterations we have performed previously. Let's take a look on an example. The example 1 over here is linear congruential method xi plus 1 is equals to, over here this is the formula which we have derived before. So xi plus 1 is equals to axi plus c modulus m, and the formula for random number generation is ri is equals to xi upon m. Xi over here is the integers generated with this formula, the first one. So x naught is the seed element, which is the most important element over here. A is the multiplier as explained before, c is the increment, and m is the modulus or module. Moving further, we have this question. Let's see this. Using LCM over here means linear congruential method, generate a sequence of random number with x naught is equals to 27, a is equals to 17, c is equals to 43, and m is equals to 100. The values are given over here. We just have to simply substitute these values into formula. So x naught is given, so we need to calculate x1. For x1 we have computed the value 17 into 27 plus 43 into modulus 100. We have just substituted the values, and the value for x1 we got is 2. For x2 we're gonna take the value of previous x. So the previous x was 2, so 17 into 2 plus 43 mod 100, 77 mod 100, and x2 becomes 77. For x3 again same, repeat the same process, but now the value of x2 will be placed over here. So that was 77. To calculate the next x we consider the previous value. So 77 was the previous value for which was of x2. 77 into 17 plus 43 mod 100, we got 52. X3. Now for x4 repeat the same process, but the value this time over here will be of x3, which is 52 as shown over here, and x5. Now we have performed 5 iterations. Why did we stop at x5? Is because we returned to 2, which was my seed number, which was the value of x1. That's why we have stopped over here for 2, because we have returned to the seed number, and when we got the seed number in the iterations we are performing, we terminate the process. So there are a bunch of x we have determined over here like x1, x2, x3. Now from these x we have to generate random numbers. So generate random numbers, we got a formula ri is equals to xi upon m. So for r1 we will be computing from the value of x1 upon m. M is 100, so r1 is equals to 2 upon 100. X1 over here was 2, you can see it over here. So 2 upon 100 is equals to 0.02. Now for r2, x2 was 77 upon 100, 0.77. r3 is equals to x3 upon m, 52 upon 100, 0.52. And x4 27 upon 100, 0.27. And r5 is equal to 2 upon 100, 0.02. So this is how we generate random numbers with the random integer values. Let's see another this is a table for period determination. As I have explained below, what is periodic determination. So using various seeds, here we have different seeds, means that the initial value, entropy value for x naught is different over here. For example, in the second column, x naught is equals to 1, the third x naught is equals to 2, in fourth x naught is equals to 3, and fifth x naught is equals to 4. So we have performed 16 iterations. In these 16 iterations, the seed value for x naught is equals to 1 was 1, obviously. So we have stopped. You can see over here that as soon as we got 1, we stop or terminate the process. Same with the x naught is equals to 2, the seed value was 2, and we terminate the process at iteration number 8, when we got the same value as was the seed value. Same with the x naught is equals to 3, and further x naught is equals to 4. So this was one of the basic examples of a linear congruential method. Let's see another example of a combined linear congruential method. So the reason for using this combined linear congruential method is when we needed the longer period generations. So because of the increasing complexity of simulating system, the approach here is simple, that we have to combine two or more multiplicative congruential generators. As seen over here, that here let xi is comma 1 and xi is equal to 2. These are multiple congruential generators, and there is a slight change in the formula. We just have a j parameter over here. So xi plus 1 comma j is equals to aj xi plus cj mod mj. As prime modulus mj multiplier a, and the constants remains the same. Further, we have that for random number generations, we got ri is equals to xi upon m1 minus 1 upon m1. Now xi m1 will be used when xi is greater than 0, and m1 minus 1 upon m1 will be used when xi is equals to 0. The maximum possible period is mp is equals to m1 minus 1, m2 minus 1, and so on, divided by 2k, 2 to the power k minus 1. Let me explain this in detail with working. So the working over here is for 32-bit computers combining k is equals to 2 generators. Now k over here is determining the number of generators, the multiple generators. Now we have 2 generators over here with m1 is equals to 214748356 value. A1 is equals to 40014. Now the value of m2 is 214748339, and A2 is equals to 40692, as seen over here. So step 1, first we have to select the seeds. As I have explained before, that the seed is one of the most important parameter of this congruential method. So we haven't been provided with the seeds in the question. Now we have to select randomly. They have provided us the range, that x0, 1 is in range 1,214,7483,563 for first generator. Now 1, m1, this value is of m1. So we need to select the seed value from this range 1 to 2147483. Any random value you can select. For x0, 2 in range 1 to 214748339, this is the value of m2, and we need to select the seed from this range of 1 to m2 range. So this will be for second generator. Moving on, step 2 is for each individual generator. Now for calculating the value of each individual generator, we will be using a1 into xi, 1 mod m1, and for second generator, we'll be using a2 into xi2 mod m2. Substituting the values, these xi comma 1 and xi comma 2 here are the seed values that you have selected previously, any random value. And after calculating these values, step 3 would be one module, oh sorry, entropy. So for entropy we need to have this formula, xi comma 1 minus xi plus comma 2 mod 2147483. Now this mod is the average of these two modes. So after calculating these values in step 3, step 4 would be generating random numbers. Now for generating random numbers, we know that the formula is xi plus 1 upon m1 and m1 minus 1 upon m1. So xi plus 1 is greater, when greater than 0, then we'll be using this first formula, and if xi plus 1 is equals to 0, then we'll be using the second formula. So this was the demonstration of a combined linear congruential generator along with simple linear congruential generator. So that's it from my side. So for the further demonstration of the topic, over to Shayan. Thank you.
Hi, this is Shayan Asad. My topic is technique for generating random numbers. There are different techniques for generating random numbers. The three of these techniques are pseudo-random numbers, mid-square method, true random number generators. Now, the first pseudo-random numbers, pseudo means false. So, false random numbers are being guaranteed. The generated numbers might not be uniformly distributed. The generated number might be discrete valued instead of continuous value. The mean of generated number might be too high or too low. The variance of generated number might be too high or too low. Next slide. The important properties of good random number routine: fast, portable to different computers, have sufficient long cycle, replicable. Pseudo random numbers, two important satisfactional properties: uniformity, independence. Random number must be independent. Pseudo random number are denoted by integral. The maximum limit is 1 and lower limit is 0. Mid-square method. First arithmetic generator, mid-square method. It is derived from von Neumann and Metropolis in 1940s. Start with a 4-digit positive integer Z0 to obtain an integer with up to 8 digits. Take the middle 4 digit for next 4 digit numbers. Now we have true random number generator. A true random number generator uses entropy source that already exists instead of inventing them. Entropy refers to the amount of uncertainty about an outcome. Now, what is entropy? Entropy, as explained before by Hassan, is amount of uncertainty about an outcome. Now we can see real world example, which are flipping coins. Coins flips have a high degree of entropy. Rolling dice is another way entropy could be obtained for a generator, although the rate at which random numbers could be produced would be restricted. Thank you, that's all.